What is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode 1 of my Out of the Park Baseball 18 franchise. I am so excited to be saying those words right now. Oh, wow. OOTP came out 2 days ago. I've already put in like 7 or 8 hours into this game. It's it's a lot of fun. I gave myself a month off from the game just so I'd be fresh and ready to come back at it, and I am, glad to be back at it. I am very, very happy to be back. The next 2 months between baseball and school are going to be really, really difficult for me, and so I'm going to try my best to do 2 episodes a week, and I know this is a prime time when people want to see OOTP 18 stuff because it just came out. It's a new game. It's exciting. My highest viewed episode is either episode 1 of my Royals franchise, OOTP 17, or episode 9 of my Reds franchise, which was the first episode I used OOTP 17. As you remember, I started that in 16 and then transitioned to 17. So we are here, OOTP 18. My 3rd year playing this game, and I love it already. So let's get into the game. Setting up our manager right here. William Baker is me. It's my birthday. We are just going to be... that's not it. Just general manager this year. One reason is I could still control the lineups if I wanted to. I think it's more realistic to not also be the manager. So, in the sake of realism, and it's kind of fun to have that extra staff member, decide which manager fits your styles instead of just doing that with the bench coach. Excuse me. I feel like that is kind of fun. Challenge mode is active here. It's basically just a anti-cheating thing. No commissioner mode. A couple other things it does. Here, I'll kind of pull it up on my phone as I'm talking. But anyway, the teams that the team that I'm gonna do this year, that's kind of the elephant in the room right now. But so yeah, in the last episode of OOTP 17, I gave a list, and that list kind of changed a lot, and it's come back to 4 teams: Arizona, Miami, Oakland, and Seattle. So I can quickly rule out 2 teams right now, and those are the American League teams, Oakland and Seattle. I've done the Royals last year, spent a lot of time in the American League. That's not it only, though. I am planning after this to do an expansion team franchise, which I did once in OOTP 17, have not done, obviously, on YouTube yet, but that team is going to be in the American League West, and so I decided not to go in that division for now. So that brings us down to 2 teams, Arizona and Miami. The Marlins, obviously, still reeling from the loss of Jose Fernandez, but this choice really comes down to superstars, and I've never really started a franchise with a bona fide superstar. And these team superstars are Paul Goldschmidt and Giancarlo Stanton. And Goldschmidt is good, but he is not a superstar. I think that there are 4 superstars in baseball right now. And guys like Lindor, Correa, Corey Seager, Mookie Betts, those guys could all be superstars in 2 or 3 years. But in my opinion, right now, it's Trout, Harper, Kershaw, and Stanton. And I've never really played a game with a superstar like Giancarlo Stanton. But on the other hand, Paul Goldschmidt, the face of the franchise, he's getting older and he's getting more expensive. Giancarlo's locked up for long term. Wouldn't it be fun to have to, not have that certainty? Uncertainty is what makes these games fun. And that's kind of a perk with Arizona. And for any of you guys, here, let me say one more thing. one of the more prolific OOTP YouTubers has already started a franchise with one of these teams. So if you know what I'm talking about, I'm doing the other team. That's right, Giancarlo Stanton. I will not be using is I will be choosing the Arizona Diamondbacks as my team. Growing up, they were always like my second or third team. You know, if the Royals sucking, gotta have someone decent you root for. And Arizona was good in like 2010, 2011, and then they became a shit show. Trading away Dansby Swanson. What? Excuse me? Huh? For Shelby Miller of all people. Arizona's just not a well-run organization. And I think it'd be fun to take control of that, turn them around. Also, for those of you sleuthy people out there, notice that this thumbnail is in fact, or should be, I actually haven't made it yet, but I believe it is going to be Chase Field. And so for those of you who recognize that, get a bit of a head start advantage knowing that it is going to be Arizona as my OOTP 18 team. Now, I did a save with the Diamondbacks in OOTP 16 on my own time, and that was a lot of fun. That was my second one, I think. But here I am doing them again. There aren't that many teams I haven't done yet. But, so, excuse me. I'm not trying to turn that around. I'm going to go with Arizona. Be the 17-year-old general manager for the Diamondbacks. Almost said Cardinals there because football. But that would have been not a good start. Anyway, let's get into this with the Diamondbacks. We'll take a look at our team and play opening day versus the San Francisco Giants. Again, my brain kind of flashed 49ers. Nope. Giants. So, yeah. Oh, crap. I'm not logged in. Whoops. Anyway, Ken Kendrick is our owner. He just wants us to play close to 500 and build the team up to reach the playoffs in 4 seasons. So that means by 2020. So we have 17, 18, 19, and 20 to make the playoffs. I think that is doable. Let us take a look at our roster now. Starting pitching staff, Zach Greinke, obviously used to be really freaking good. 2009. And was really, really good in 2015, and then 2016 he was terrible. Actually, not terrible. 437, especially for a game like OOTP where pitchers don't generally do very well. That's not bad. But, yeah, 2015 was ridiculous. Should have won Cy Young. Just saying. 166 year. Actually, I don't know who won the Cy Young that year. It was probably Kershaw. I probably had like a... You know, I am being an uneducated baseball fan. Was that? Oh, it was Arrieta. That's right. And he had... I'm really spending too much time on this. Oh, 8017. Okay, yeah. I can't believe I forgot that so quickly. But, yeah, anyway. Zach Greinke. Number 2 is Robbie Ray, who's kind of turned into a decent pitcher. If he can get his control down, he looks like a solid guy. Then you've got Taijuan Walker, who they acquired for Jean Segura in the offseason, a move I like quite a bit. Then Shelby Miller. I'm going to hate having you on my team for... Oh, he's in arbitration. He doesn't have a long-term deal. Okay. And then Jorge De La Rosa, former Royal, former Rocky, more recently. Closer is Andrew Chafin. Don't like that. Patrick Corbin's in the bullpen. Don't like that. I'll probably have him starting over De La Rosa. Randall Delgado used to be decent. Yeah, I remember in like MLB The Show 15, he had the nastiest two-seam fastball. Archie Bradley, who I still want to be a starter eventually. I still think he can be. former top prospect. Others are Caleb Fleck, Zach Godley, nice name, who has decent ratings but didn't have a great year last year, and then Fernando Rodney. Offensively, A.J. Pollock is a stud, but he did miss last year, most of the year with an injury, and he was on my fantasy team, and that did really bum me out. Chris Iannetta batting second and catching. That's not going to stay that way. Oh, well, I can't control that now. I forgot. All right, David Peralta hitting third. I would rather almost have Goldschmidt third, Lamb fourth. But David Peralta, I have to remember I can't control this, is a decent outfielder. Best season was by far 2015. 4.2 wins above replacement. Then the man himself, Paul Goldschmidt. Not much needs to be said about him. Just look at these WARs, besides 2011. And he still had a pretty good season. He was just injured. I remember that. Then Jake Lamb, a young third baseman. Good power. Lots of strikeouts, though. Always a concern. Brandon Drury, another young infielder playing second base. Jeremy Hazelbaker, who had a great start of the season for St. Louis and then really fell off. Again, strikeouts are an issue. And then Chris Owings, decent shortstop, good defense. Hopefully he can get on base. On the bench, we've got Chris Herman, Nick Ahmed, Daniel Del Scouso. I remember him from the playoffs that year. Oswaldo Arcia, again, a lot of home runs, a lot of strikeouts, and, the disappointment, Yasmani Tomas, even more strikeouts, although he did have a good season last year. So hopefully he can replicate that and continue for us, maybe turn his career around. He does have an opt-out. I doubt he'd take that at this point, though. So those last 2 years might really hurt us. And let's take a look at our minor leagues. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to take a look at our scouter. Not great, not terrible. He's on a 3-year contract. And I don't like having to change scouting directors when we could just, have Theo. Or Andrew Freeman, although Theo's better. I feel like it's kind of cheap to hire him, though, because he's like the president of baseball operations in real life, which is not it's not GM versus, Kevin Towers. What am I trying to say? You guys know what I'm trying to say. But see, at least Tom Allison can really scout amateurs. So he'd be an upgrade, and he's a scouting director, which makes it more legitimate. Or Jaron Madison. There's a manager with good scouting. JJ Piccolo from the Royals. Alright, so these are just scouts. They added a thing this year where you can't sign foreign guys because they're not comfortable in a foreign league, which is fair. So probably not getting Yamaguchi. Not all the guys good at scouting majors. There is obviously Yamaguchi. So don't see the draft order yet. I'm going to continue to consider what to do with our scouting director, but I will take a look at our prospects. Major League season predictions, the prospect rankings, and then opening day versus San Francisco. So, all right, preseason predictions are not up there. Here they are. We are projected to win 80 games, good for 4th place. Goldschmidt is projected. I'm all over the place, so if my voice is like changing levels, I apologize. We're 4th place, tied for 3rd in the NL West. ERA is going to be a problem. Colorado's picked up a 5.37 team ERA. That's pretty high. And not a great offense either, so kind of meh in both areas. But Corey Seager's only a 3-star? Really? That's surprising. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. Oh, Madison Bumgarner. We have to play him, don't we? Yeah, let's just a sec while I turn my sound off. They do have 3D like animations for the game now, which is pretty cool. I'm bouncing all over the place, aren't I? All right, now let's look at our prospects from our scouting director's point of view. Top prospect is Oscar Hernandez, a catcher with good power who has seen Major League time and might see more, so he's not really a prospect. And then Raymond Fuentes, former Royal. But other than that, really weak farm system. We've got Braden Shipley, who's a decently high big-name prospect. Domingo Leyba. Anthony Bonda, a good young lefty who's in Double-A. Sergio Alcantara, a shortstop in high A ball. Leyba's in Double-A also, who looks like he's better than Alcantara. And then a couple not so great. Dawa Luga, Ketel Marte, who they got in the... did they get him in the Walker trade? Did he come over in that too? But yeah, farm system looking really, 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 really weak. Let's take a look at the farm system rankings. I doubt we're gonna do that well. We do not have anyone in the top 100. Us, San Francisco, and Baltimore. Yeah, Atlanta's obviously the top. Theirs is just stacked beyond belief. Interesting. He has low scouting rating. What are you doing? He's from my hometown. He went to... Actually, he's technically not because he lives in a suburb that's like 2 minutes away from my house. Anyway. Yeah, he grew up close to me, which is cool. Let's play this game. I'm all over the place. Let's get this game on. Holy shit, the Giants are good. That's a good offense. Really good. When Joe Panic is your second worst player. Versus our offense is not bad. Why is Pollock hitting 4th is my question. Why is Iannetta hitting 2nd? I'm not in control of this anymore, so we will go, I think, inning by inning for like 2 innings so you guys can see this 3D thing. Greinke facing Eduardo Nunez to start the 2017 season from Chase Field, which looks really good in the new system. That's a line drive right field into center field. I just like to apologize for the words that just came out of my mouth. Into right field for a base hit. So Nunez on first with 1 out, and that's a pop-up on the infield. Shortstop Owings settles and makes a catch. It looked like he dropped it on the animation there. This is really cool. Only problem is the thing on the field goes quicker than the text. That's a line drive to center field. That's an animation issue. Ooh, animation. That's right. Yeah. Where sometimes they run back and then the ball drops in front of them. But that's not what's actually happening. It's just an animation glitch. So that's a double for Hunter Pence, 2 in scoring position with 1 out for Brandon Belt, and that's lined into left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit, and the Giants take a 1-0 lead. Now runners on the corners for Buster Posey, the catcher. That's a shot to third base, caught by Lamb, fires back to first. He's safe. Sometimes I can't figure out what's happening and have to look at the text. And now 3-2 on Brandon Crawford. Here's the pitch, strike 3. And that's the inning. So San Francisco just gets 1. Giants 1. Diamondbacks coming up. I almost said Royals coming up just because I have been playing with the Royals since OOTP 17, and my first test franchise in OOTP 18 was with Kansas City as well. So that's a ground out for Owings to start, and now a ground out for Iannetta, bringing up Paul Goldschmidt. 3-2 pitches, lined into right field, coming on his pence. He makes the catch and makes the catch. Yeah, he holds on. It's 1-0 Giants after the first. Pitch to Joe Panik, ground ball, shortstop. Owings has it on to first. 1 down. Now 0-2 pitch, strike 3. And I realized last year something, that when I was talking in the game, I was just slightly ahead of the text. So maybe if I read the text, what will be happening on the field will be in time for you guys, and the delay will actually work. Now Bumgarner up, 2-2, strike 3, and that's the inning. Still 1-0 Giants. I'll go 3 innings. Batter by batter. Pollock with a rope down the line in left field, but Parker makes a play leaping. He's injured, and he will remain in the game. David Peralta up now. That's a ground ball left side into center field. A base hit, and the Diamondbacks have their first base runner. A 1-out single for Peralta in the second. Now 3-2 pitch to Drury is lined up the middle, and that's a base hit. Peralta to second, 2 on with 1 out for Jake Lamb. Ground ball second, 4-6-3. Double play ends the inning. Still 1-0 Giants after 2. Now Eduardo Nunez hits a ground ball through the right side between first and second, and that is a leadoff single for the speedster. Now Span with a ground ball to second, on to first. I'm kind of struggling. I apologize. I'm a bit out of it. But double play. Now Hunter Pence. Pitch is grounded down the line. First base. Goldschmidt has it. And that's the inning. All right, bottom third. Last one, I'm going batter by batter. Hazelbaker leads off and hits a ground ball to the left side for a base hit. Now Greinke with a swing. And it's over the shortstop Crawford's head into left field. And so the Diamondbacks have 2 on with nobody out here in the third. 2-2 on Chris Owings. Ground ball to short. Greinke out at second, on to first. He is safe, it looked like on the animation, and that is what they call. So runners on the corners with 1 out for Chris Iannetta. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. That could be trouble. That'll end the inning. So double plays really hurting the Diamondbacks so far. It is 1-0. Giants still. Now Posey on second, and Crawford strikes out. 2 down for Joe Panik. 1-1 pitch, ground ball. Owings deep in the hole, makes a nice play to end the inning. How long has this episode been going? 23 minutes. If it was 15, I would totally just do everything batter by batter, because this is really fun. And alright, I'm not going to say that now. I'm really off topic a bunch. Still 1-0 through 6. Greinke is at 94 pitches. Probably should have checked that sooner. All right, we'll get up. Corbin is going to be starting, so we'll get up Zach Godley. And we'll go until there are runners in scoring position. And Greinke is injured on opening day. That is not good for the Diamondbacks. And now runner on second with 2 outs, 3-2 on Jarrett Parker. He strikes out swinging, and that's the inning. All right, they've got 3, 4, 5 up, 2 on with 2 outs for Jake Lamb. Tying run in scoring position, 2-2 pitch, strike 3 for Bumgarner, and that is the inning. All right, Godley will stay in. Now Nunez on second with 1 out, 1-2 pitches grounded to the right side. Goldschmidt makes the play to the bag himself. 2 down. Nunez to third for Hunter Pence. And he hits a line drive left side. Lamb makes the play, saving a run. It is still 1-0 now in the 8th. All right, that'll be it for Godley. We will have Oswaldo Arcia pinch hitting. And as far as pitchers go, Fernando Rodney, and Andrew Chafin. All right, bottom 8, Jeremy Hazelbaker leads off 1-2 pitch. That is ripped into center field. Span going back. He can't make the catch. It's off the wall, and that's a double for Jeremy Hazelbaker. And now Oswaldo Arcia looking to tie the game. The pitch is lined to Eduardo Nunez, who makes a diving catch. 1 down. Chris Owings 1-2 pitch. Slow roller up the middle. Crawford makes the play on to first. Owings is out. Hazelbaker to third. Now Iannetta with the tying run at third base, and he strikes out swinging but against Bumgarner. And that is the inning. So we'll bring in Fernando Rodney. Sit down Chafin. National League is much more complicated for game strategy. Now, Diamondbacks need a run, but Goldschmidt strikes out to start the inning. They could have really used a home run. Now Pollock with a shot into left field. That's a base hit. And he is on with 1 out for David Peralta. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. This could be the game. 2nd for 1 on to first. Double play. Giants shut him out. 1-0. And that is how 2017 starts for the Diamondbacks. You know, I'm not mad with that game. Greinke will be out 1 to 2 weeks. We will just have Corbin and Bradley spot for him. So that was definitely disappointing, but a fun start to the season. And what I was going to say about, I really enjoy doing the play-by-play things. So I was thinking, let me know if you'd rather see, like 2 or 3 long episodes a week, basically the way I did it last year, or if you want to do like month by month, and each episode, so maybe like an April-May combined one that just has a couple games and highlights how the team is doing, shorter, and then the June and July ones obviously longer and individual than a August-September one collective, then a playoff chase one if necessary, and then play. So let me know what you guys think about that. So let me know in the comments if you'd rather have a lot of shorter episodes or a couple of longer episodes a week. So thank you all for watching. I really enjoy this, and I cannot wait for this year in OOTP. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.